Greetings you people, and hello my king. How is it going and how is it been? This is Briarstone bringing you more Skyrim Roguelike. And who are we looking at here? This is Jerome Blackmane, our latest for Season 2, Episode 2, Chapter 1. Jerome Blackmane, his last name, Blackmane, as suggested by Hello Governor, is his mother's last name. Certainly is. Perhaps the whole family has had this ability to grow this lustrous black hair. And they were known by others as simply Blackmane because of that very reason. Now, Jerome doesn't know much about his father. In fact, the only thing Jerome knows about his father is a portrait, like a scribbling, an artist drawing that his mother made of him, that she kept nearby her bedside. That was all he knows. That's all he knows. So he has a sort of a mental idea of what his father looked like when he was younger. But that's all we know about our father, because our father left when we were still in the womb, as it were. Connor Healy mentions that the monk outfit that we are wearing is basically just warm traveling clothes. And I'm going to say that he crafted these himself. Growing up on the farm, you learn such abilities. You learn the ability to sew, stitch, to repair clothes. And this is exactly what he stitched up for himself to remain warm. And obviously it did the trick, because here he is. He made the journey. Sophie also wants to mention that perhaps the clothes were crafted to go unnoticed. And I like that a lot. When you're traveling along the roads, especially the treacherous roads of Skyrim, or anywhere really, bandits. You don't want to attract bandits because you look like you have a lot of loot. Now, that said, this sword is a family heirloom. It was given to Jerome by his mother as a last parting thing before she succumbed to illness. And this has not been that long ago. It's still a fresh scar. Pretty much Jerome has just set out very recently to see if he could find his father, the only member of his family left that he knows about, to perhaps patch up some sort of relationship there. If not, he's just on an adventure. He's following in the footsteps of his father, and this is exactly what he wants to do. He wants to just see the world. He's tired of the farm. There's nothing there for him anymore. So here he goes out into the wide world of Skyrim, seeking to find his way, and hopefully to find his father. Now, who is his father? Connor Healy mentions that perhaps his father could be Ulfric. I really like... Look, thematically, I like it. Unfortunately, I find that Ulfric is just too big a figure. I don't know how to really squeeze in our story with Ulfric. He's too massive, right? To me. Also, to do anything with it, I'd have to get in on the war again, and I'm not really feeling the whole war aspect with Jerome. He's a good fighter, don't get me wrong. With a one-handed sword, he's good. But is he a soldier? I don't think so. It doesn't seem like he's the type to take soldier orders, follow those types of orders. To get involved in a war just doesn't seem like him. However, Blink mentions that perhaps his father could be Score from the Companions. Now that's is very interesting. Now, Score is going to have aged as well several years since the actual drawing that Jerome had. The only face that he has of his father. So it's going to be quite interesting when he sees Score. Would he recognize him? Maybe, sort of, on some level. But we won't recognize him as our father right away. This is for our knowledge, not really for Jerome's knowledge. Karen mentions that kind's peace should be a thing, simply because we have a thing for animals. We don't kill animals, we warn the death of animals, and if we're being chased by animals, perhaps there is something that we can do to show that we are no threat and the animals would stop chasing us. Well, sometimes the animals would stop chasing us, or trying to harm us. And Kind's Peace is one of those things. Now, I actually have just given Jerome Blackmane Kind's Peace. I gave him just the first level of it. Simply because it sounds more thematically correct in the way that we are not Dragonborn, and we don't know anything about Dragonborn. We are part Nord, not Nord specifically, and we did not grow up in Skyrim, so we don't know these things. So we don't know to go looking for it. But Sophie mentions that in terms of us being outside of the Hunting Brew Meadery, which is right here, we were on a bender. Perhaps that is exactly what happened. We were on a bender. We drank too much, and we wound up outside. That's what happened. But now that we're outside, we're thirsty, so we need to go back inside. And maybe, just maybe, this guy will give us some drink to sate our thirst. So let's do that. Let's see what we can do. Hello, sir. What? Somebody's walking around in here. Hello, Sabjorn. I remember you.
Welcome. I'm the owner and proprietor of Hunting Brew Meadery.
Well, what will you have for sale today, sir?
Take a look.
Hunting Brew Mead. There is quite a number of them. How much money do I have? I've got 33 gold. Traveling was expensive. Ooh, or maybe I just also packed light. Value of 67. I don't have enough gold currently to buy this. That is unfortunate. What do I have to barter with? Bread and a red apple. That's it. That's it, that's all. Well, this is going to be rather depressing. We can't steal, because we are morally opposed completely to stealing. So, we are thirsty. We are hungry, as you can see. I suppose an apple's going to have to do. Let's eat that. Apple. I could have a bit more. And how are we doing now? I need another apple? Really? You're no longer thirsty. That's something. Let's follow it up with some bread. Bread added. You are full. Excellent. Alright, so now we're no longer thirsty. Although, we still have a dry palate when it comes to the want of liquor. But that's all we can do. That's all we can do currently. We're going to have to make some money. This is going to become one of Jerome's, well, quests, I guess. The quest to make some gold. Now we're in Skyrim. We're looking for our father. Maybe he didn't think things through. Now we have to literally try our best to survive monetarily. Oh, and by the way, I should point this out. What's that? Something. Oh my. Well, this is exciting. What the hell? That was a huge creature.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
You didn't look like you needed the help.
Certainly not. But a true warrior would have relished the opportunity to take on a giant. That's why I'm here, with my shield brothers.
Shield brother? What is a shield brother?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Coin, eh? Huh. I'm thirsty. I don't have any money. What does it take to join?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Kodlak Whitemane up in Jorvaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Well, that made things a little easier than Jerome was expecting. Perhaps I can become part of an organization that allows me to get coin while helping people out. Also, I have to point out that this lady here, I don't know her name yet, thematically. By story rights, I don't know her name. But I'm going to say that Jerome is going to be slightly infatuated with her. Why? Well, because Jerome's mother was a very strong woman. And that's what he knew, that's what he was fond of. And this woman here is a very strong woman. And that is a gruesome sight. Don't know why they had to kill him, but he is in the vicinity of crops and perhaps the livelihood of these people. So maybe the giant was a bad giant. Could have been. Stealing stuff. And we know that Jerome is against stealing, so maybe it had to be done. Well, the companions, or so they call themselves, are inside of Whiterun, which is where we want it to be. And the sight of this place is going to strike a nice musical chord with Jerome here. In fact, in this book, his diary, he has written something. Finally made it to the outskirts of Whiterun. Upon seeing the immense walls of Dragon's Reach, I pondered little about why my father left the farm. The last letter he sent to my mother came from this city, saying that he would soon send the money needed for her to safely travel to be with him. I suppose he didn't know about me, for when my mother wrote back saying she was pregnant, she never heard back from him. Surely things would have been different for Mother if it weren't for me. She'd call me her pride and joy, though I always felt that she resented me in some way. Knowing what I know now, I cannot blame her. Resented Jerome in some way. Perhaps we'll expound on that later. Yep, totally infatuated with this woman. She is strong as hell. And look at that armor. I wonder if she's taking notice of a sword on our back. Family heirloom. Now, it's a nice sword, but it comes with a little bit of a problem. The problem being, it's enchanted, and we don't know this, honestly. We're not good with magic or enchanting, so we don't know what the hell's going on, but it does 50 points of magic damage. That's something, but the problem is, we cannot use magic at all. We're not going to be able to use magic in any form whatsoever as Jerome Blackmane, because wielding this sword, having this sword on us, near us, makes us incapable of casting magic of any sort. We don't even know of this stuff. We grow up next to the sword, and we have no ability. We are inept at casting magic completely. So that's going to be a thing. Now, this wooden sword, as you see, this is a family keepsake as well. He's carrying this with him, not to fight with, but it is the sword that his mother handed him when he was a boy, and they fought together. And he's just kept it ever since. You can see the raggedy edges and the scratches. It's a little keepsake. A little bit of his past there. So I guess we're going into Whiterun. And Jerome's not a fool. He's not going to expect to find his father right away. He's not going to expect to find even the person that... We are being approached by a guard. And...
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Really? I guess I'll come back later?
Safe travels.
I can't intimidate.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about.
Yes,
Official business only.
Well, this is unfortunate. I'm not even going to be allowed into the city. With dragons, though. This is... What? Dragons?
Safe travels.
He's following me. Alright then. I have an idea. I need to find a way to get around him. I need to find a way to get around this guard. Well, anyway, apparently I am...
have stories to tell. Come up to your Vasker if you're worth anything in a fight.
Another really strong woman. The second one. These guys are allowed into the city. I am not. Well, we're going to have to figure this pickle out, aren't we? We're a traveler, and we're not allowed into the city.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Okay, then I'll come back later.
Safe travels.
But I want to follow these. I want to follow
City's
these
closed
people.
Or else what?
Uh-oh.
You think you can stand against the entire Whiterun city guard? The gate's closed.
I guess it was worth a try. I tried to intimidate a guard. I wonder if I can just get through the door. If I can just get through the door, he won't find me. He won't find me at all. Let's go. Requires a key. I can't get in. I'm shut out. I am shut out of the one place that I want to get into. This is a pickle. Oh. Alright then. Well, anyway, that's going to conclude this chapter. I hope you enjoyed learning more about Jerome Blackmane, and if you have any ideas how to get past this predicament, let me know. Comment section down below. If there's anything about this video that you did indeed enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content such as this, and to see what happens to Jerome Blackmane. There is a lot going on, and a lot needed to be done, and we need to find our father. Let's see how this tale ends, shall we? Have a good day, have a good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Briarstone, signing out.